one of the things that I think should be really pointed out is that both countries have emerged, especially at the end of the Cold War, and the dissolution of Soviet Union and dissolution of Yugoslavia, which happened as part of this process, emerged in an environment, an atmosphere, which was, I would say, in particular when it comes to global configuration, was, I would say, filled with hope in terms of the future course for both countries. I would even say perhaps a bit naive reliance on how the international system will continue to function after the end of the bipolar world. Now, for instance, you can refer to Bosnia's very intricate setup, which involves foreign actors on the ground as active actors, but also decision and policy makers. And I would say if you have leverages from steering the country from outside, you also have to rely on the situation to remain, or the global and regional configuration to remain relatively stable over time, which wasn't the case. Ukraine was also relying on an international law, on the existence of norms in this newly emerging system at the end of the bipolar world. What we're obviously suffering from at this stage, and what is obviously something that in a way undermines the progress of the two countries, is weakening of Western normative and geopolitical influence, which is evident in the way the Western world, and of course you can address it from different, or you should, of course, talk about different countries. We can talk about the United States, we can talk about the Europe, and then individual countries within Europe when we talk about this. But let's say just the Western influence in terms of what it was at the end of how it was perceived at the end of the Cold War, is obviously losing ground. Now, this is not something I say with any joy. On the contrary, but this needs to be recognized, because so far, what I think, and in my opening statement before we started, when I spoke about this perception of Russia as being omnipotent, someone who can, who's pulling strings globally and influencing events globally. What I actually am seeing is a lot of disorientation in the West, a lot of confusion, which then somehow, us as a pattern-seeking animals, you're always trying to find the easiest way to describe why this is happening, what are the reasons behind this. What we're seeing is an empty space left behind this, I would say, the Western advance. And unfortunately for us, we are at the periphery of this advance. I was kind of hoping that this realization that we are living in a volatile and turbulent period will result with us developing agency of the sort. I'm talking about us as the region here, realizing that we are once again in the middle of a reshuffle on the global scale, and the reshuffle on the global scale for us has never in history brought anything good. So developing more agency would be necessary. However, I'm also I think that the outlook is relatively negative there as well.